Hey, I'm Pilar Marshall Torres, and this is my video blog that is actually not an accompanying blog or video blog to a written blog, but this is a video request. This video is about the Cosmic Giggle. In order to explain the Cosmic Giggle, we have to begin at the beginning. So, you are a product of Source consciousness, the infinite, the all, the unified field, God, whatever you'd like to call it. You are the product of that energy having a desire to know something specific about itself. So you are the product of Source's desire. So we can use a very simplistic model for the universe. When we are talking about this, we can envision Source stream as the trunk of a tree, and that trunk gives birth through its longing to reach out and explore, gives birth to principal branches, and these principal branches give birth to smaller branches, which could be you. So you are the offshoot of a desire, or a desire to explore a concept. So when we are born, we are projecting ourselves out through the various densities, or what I like to refer to as we slow ourselves down in order to specifically explore concepts, to specifically explore components. So we are essentially, the densities, the dimensions are degrees of separation from Source, or degrees of frequency, or degrees of energetic flow. So slower densities, like three-dimensional reality, are the product of Source stream slowing itself down to such an extent that it seems fixed and hard and immovable. In order to really, like if we were slowing down a film, in order to really see what's happening in a frame, we sometimes slow down video or slow down film in order to really inspect and look at, to prolong moments. So that's essentially what this experience is. When we are doing this, we are projecting ourselves out. So it's much like the flow of a jellyfish. You ever watch a jellyfish swim? It is projecting itself out, and then it is pulling itself back in, projecting itself out and pulling itself back in. And this action creates a mode of propelling itself through the ocean. And it is the same exact thing for souls. In this action of projecting ourselves out and pulling ourselves back in, we are propelling ourselves through experience, but rather, more so, we are propelling ourselves through appreciation. So, when we are in the death process, what we are doing is we're pulling ourselves back in, or we are taking ourselves, which we are like a cosmic ladle, being plunged into the depths of experience, into the density of experience, and pulled back full of appreciation, full of experience. When we are dying, we are pulling that experience back with us, and we are giving up the goods. We are rendering appreciation through the surrendering of our experiences. So we start to release our experiences, release our pain, release our fear, release our boundaries, release all of the illusion that we are separate from the things that we were experiencing, back to the ultimate truth, which is source, which is everything. So we are reincorporating ourselves. In this releasing, there is an experience which can be had, which is much like a flashback sequence. Some people say they see their lives flash before their eyes. When you go into the releasing process, you will start to reassess or download all of your experiences back to source. And these experiences, since they are being seen through your broader eyes because you are releasing your contextual identity, you start to experience the truth, which is you are everyone in the experiences. So, for example, if you had an argument with your father when you were alive, you may experience that argument in the death process, but you might experience it from his perspective, because the illusion that you two are separate would start to disintegrate and dissolve. Another experience that can happen from the death experience is the Cosmic Giggle, which is the acknowledgement or the realization that you were the creator, the imaginer, the grand architect of your experience. You were the orchestrator of the experience. And in that reawakening, in that knowing, there comes an appreciation. And that appreciation can be perceived as a giggle, as a cosmic kind of wow. Because all of a sudden you realize, A, that you really believed in your perspective, in your point, so much that you became so absorbed in the context that you dreamed up for yourself. And B, that you are joyous to be reincorporating because you can let it all go. In that process, a lot of appreciation, true appreciation for the experiences that you had while you were living is had, because you can really look at it and see it for what it really was, what it was really trying to show you, and what the point really was for you in the experience. A common thing that I come across in conversing, if you can call it that, with beings who are no longer in their body or are no longer projecting through in a body, is that they have a kind of, I wish I knew then what I know now, because I would have committed to my experiences more. I would have been less judgmental. I would have been less afraid, and I would have had more, appreciation for things when they were happening. So, the lesson of the Cosmic Giggle is, although we are here and we are very absorbed in our daily experiences, and this dimension is very good at drawing your attention totally into it, which is the point, we are incapable of truly appreciating these experiences, these contextual experiences, if we invest too much in them. If we identify solely with them, we become lost in them, and it's hard to appreciate things when you are wrapped up in them. Much like high school. When you're in high school, everything seems so dire and so important, and everything is the end of the world. And when you graduate and some time passes, you realize how simple and silly a lot of it was. Not to make it sound unimportant, because most of your most poignant experiences happen when you're in high school. Most people fall in love or have a crush for the first time in high school. Some people learn to drive or gain their independence, their first taste of independence in high school. So it is an experience full of a lot of poignant, meaningful experiences. But at the same time, when we are in high school, we are so caught up in the drama and the identification of who we are in high school that we cannot really fully appreciate our experiences until, like, 30 years after. So to not fall into the trap of fully investing in your experiences so much that you become lost in them, not able to enjoy and render the wisdom that comes from going through an experience, knowing that you are creating it for yourself and looking to see the lesson and the point, or just the appreciation that is innate in the experience itself because you created it. I hope this video helps you to propel yourselves through your experiences with more confidence, less judgment, and no fear. Because in the end, we all end up back where we began, and that's a beautiful place. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section, and I hope this answered my friend's question, or reminds him of the cosmic giggle and the wisdom that lies in its meaning. Love you.